Have you ever wondered if there are things you do in old age that others notice, but no one ever tells you about? In actuality, as we age, some of our habits and actions might make us seem uninformed, distant, or even ugly to others. The issue? You may never see it since most people are too courteous to speak up. The good news is that you can effortlessly rectify these behaviors once you identify them, enabling you to project self-awareness, elegance, and confidence. This video will highlight 6 characteristics of elderly folks that people frequently observe but seldom bring up. These minor behaviors have the power to influence how people see you, how they engage with you, and even how you feel about yourself. The finest aspect? All of these can be fixed. At any age, you can feel your best, stay socially active, and retain a strong presence by making a few easy adjustments. Stay with me until the finish, because once you know these signs, you'll never look at aging the same way again. In addition to learning how other people see you, you'll also discover simple strategies for maintaining your style, intelligence, and respect as you become older. Let's get going now. First, ignoring personal grooming. When someone quits taking care of their personal grooming, it's one of the first things others notice, yet few ever bring up. It's simple to forget little things like nail care, hair care, and keeping clothes clean and fresh as we get older. The issue? A person may appear older, more worn out, or even less approachable as a result of these minor details added together. Take someone like Walter, an 82-year-old who had always been regarded for looking sharp. But over time, he stopped cutting his eyebrows, let his hair grow a little wild, and began wearing the same old shirt day after day. His relatives took note. His neighbors took note. However, no one spoke. He didn't decide to get a haircut, shave, and change his outfit until he noticed how different he appeared in the mirror one day. He stood higher, felt better almost immediately, and saw that people were reacting to him more favorably. In actuality, when grooming goes wrong, it affects more than just appearance. It also affects how others view your confidence and vitality. According to studies, persons who are well-groomed present a different image of themselves and appear more animated and involved. A person may appear older and more reclusive than they actually are if they have messy hair, overgrown nails, or even neglect their skincare. What are you able to do then? Don't complicate things. Maintaining a clean, well-fitting wardrobe, regular haircuts, and manicures all have a significant impact on how you look. A simple lip balm and moisturizer might help you appear and feel more rejuvenated by preventing dry, flaky skin if skincare hasn't been a focus. Additionally, maintaining well-groomed facial hair can immediately contribute to a professional, put-together impression if you wear it. You don't need to stand in front of the mirror for hours on end. You can feel more confident, look healthier, and make the greatest impression possible by just giving your personal grooming a little more thought. The second is talking excessively loudly or cutting people off in conversations. As we age, a typical but frequently unsaid problem is a shift in our communication style. Many elderly people begin talking louder than they think they are, either disrupting or unintentionally taking over conversations. Gradual hearing loss, which makes it more difficult to evaluate voice loudness, is typically the cause of this. The difficult part? It's one of those things that most people just put up with, but are aware of, but they won't tell you. Consider 77-year-old George, who enjoys interacting with friends and family. He began speaking louder and louder over time, occasionally interrupting others without their knowledge. His relatives took note. His pals took note. However, nobody wished to make him look bad. He observed that when he spoke at a dinner party one day, everyone appeared to be stepping back a little. At that moment, he became aware that his voice was louder than he had initially believed. He observed something intriguing after having his hearing examined and trying hard to turn down the volume. People appeared more at ease around him and talks flowed more easily. In actuality, hearing loss develops gradually, and many people are unaware that their speech is being affected. However, it might come out as intrusive or even contemptuous when someone talks over other people, interrupts repeatedly, or raises their voice excessively. Talks ought to seem like a fair discussion rather than a contest for airtime. What are you able to do then? Start by observing how other people respond to your speech. It could be time to change the volume if you observe others lowering their voices, leaning back, or having trouble speaking. A quick hearing test might help you recover control of your speech if you think you may have hearing loss. Conversations can also feel a lot more organic and interesting if you try to stop, listen, and let other people finish their thoughts. Everyone enjoys social encounters more when they speak at a natural volume and give room for genuine back-and-forth conversation. What's the best part? People will want to talk to you more, not less, when you speak with awareness and confidence. Please leave a number 2 comment below to let me know whether you're still viewing this video and finding these ideas helpful. To ensure you don't miss any videos, I advise you to subscribe and turn on the bell if you haven't already. We can keep producing high-quality content to educate and uplift you thanks to your support. All right, let's proceed. The third is dressing in out-of-date or poorly fitting clothing. When you get older, it's easy to forget about clothes. Due to comfort, familiarity, or the fact that they no longer place as much importance on fashion as they previously did, many elderly persons continue to wear the same clothes for decades. The issue? Whether we are aware of it or not, clothing conveys a statement. Even if someone feels fantastic on the inside, wearing worn, tattered, or out-of-date attire can make them appear older and less put together. Consider Harold, an 80-year-old who had always taken pride in his fashion sense. But as time went on, he became less conscious about his attire and began to wear shabby, out-of-shape clothing. His relatives took note. His pals took note. However, nobody spoke. Something changed when he wore a more modern pair of jeans and a button-down shirt that fit him well one day. He was praised by others. He stood a little taller and felt sharper. Although he didn't need to make many changes, even minor adjustments had a significant impact. The truth is that what you wear has an impact on how other people see you. According to studies, individuals tend to link vitality and confidence with well-fitting clothing. But loose, shabby clothing can convey a sense of carelessness or disinterest. A neat, organized, and purposeful appearance might make you feel more alive and respected. But it doesn't imply you have to follow the latest fashions. What are you able to do then? Begin modestly. You may rapidly update your look with a few well-chosen pieces, such as a trendy jacket, well-fitting slacks, or a pristine button-up shirt. Look for fabrics that feel cozy but still have structure, and colors that go well with your skin tone. Investing in new shoes and accessories, such as a stylish belt or watch, can have a significant impact. Asking a stylish friend or salesperson for guidance can also help you choose solutions that seem right for you if you're not sure where to begin. Wearing clothing that fits well, looks good, and gives you confidence is more important than trying to look like someone else. When you do, people will notice that you feel better in addition to looking better. Fourth, excessive criticism or complaints. Constantly complaining or criticizing others is one of the easiest ways to alienate them without even recognizing it. Whether it's about younger generations, current technology, pains and aches, or simply the fact that things aren't the same as they once were, it's easy to get into the habit of remarking on everything that's wrong. The issue? This type of speaking can sap the vitality from a conversation and make people less interested in spending time with you, even if it's not intended negatively. Consider Roger, a 75-year-old who enjoyed voicing his thoughts. His remarks were first merely little observations, such as how things were better in the past, how young people don't work as hard, or how everything seems hurried these days. However, his friends and family began to interact with him less over time. Even though they still loved him, they started to steer clear of lengthy discussions since they knew they would just hear a litany of grievances. He was deeply affected when his grandson asked him, "Grandpa, do you even like anything these days?" He became aware that he had lost sight of life's positive aspects. In actuality, bad energy spreads easily. Even in tiny doses, our repeated expressions of frustration alter the mood of people around us. People typically lean toward happiness instead of negativity since it makes encounters feel heavy. Although you don't have to seem like everything is okay, you can maintain pleasant talks by countering grievances with something upbeat, optimistic, or humorous. What are you able to do then? Be mindful. Take note of how frequently you voice grievances or criticism during discussions. If it occurs often, set a task for yourself to change your attention. Rather than stating, "Everything was better back in my day," try stating, "Things were different in my day, but I'm curious how this new way works." Find the hilarious or intriguing in any circumstance rather than dwelling on the negative. People like being with people who inspire them, make them feel good, or engage them in significant ways. The secret is to strike a balance between worries and gratitude, not to repress your thoughts. When you do, people will seek you out because they feel uplifted rather than exhausted, and they will also enjoy conversing with you more. Please leave a number 4 comment below to let me know if you're still watching this video and finding these ideas helpful. To ensure you don't miss any videos, I advise you to subscribe and turn on the bell if you haven't already. We can keep producing high-quality content to educate and uplift you thanks to your support. All right, let's proceed. 5th, ignoring body language and posture. The way you hold yourself is one of the most subtle yet obvious indicators of aging. It's simple to fall into a slouch posture, a closed-off attitude, or a shuffling gait over time. The issue? People read your body language in addition to what you say, and a big component of that is posture. Even when someone doesn't feel that way on the inside, they may come across as weak, uninterested, or unconfident by slouching, moving slowly, or avoiding eye contact. Consider 83-year-old Eleanor, who had always been active, but as time went on, she became aware of individuals helping her out even when she wasn't in need. Family members saw her as frail, and strangers thought she was weaker than she actually was. It wasn't until she saw a picture of herself standing with her arms crossed, her shoulders round, and her back slightly hunched that she realized why. She became aware that her body language was conveying the incorrect message at that point. People began to perceive her differently once she made a conscious effort to stand up taller, walk more purposefully, and establish eye contact. She was no longer seen as someone who required assistance, but rather as an equal. In actuality, perception is influenced by posture. Strong posture and open body language make people look younger, more confident, and more energized than those who don't, according to studies. Standing erect conveys strength and vigor, whereas slouching makes you appear more worn out. You might appear more engaged in conversations by doing something as easy as keeping your hands visible rather than crossing them. What are you able to do then? Begin modestly. Be mindful of your posture when you stand, sit, or move. A straightforward technique that naturally aligns your spine without feeling forced is to visualize a thread pulling you up from the top of your head. Avoid the usual practice of shuffling when walking by raising your feet completely off the ground. To keep a discussion lively, face the other person squarely, make comfortable eye contact, and make tiny hand motions. How you present yourself affects how others perceive you, whether they see you as vivacious and self-assured or as aloof and uninterested. You may appear more capable, personable, and present right away by making minor changes without even speaking. 6th, body odor or foul breath. Bad breath or body odor is one of the first things people notice, but it's also one of the most awkward topics for people to discuss. The truth is that we may not notice changes in our own aroma as we age since our sense of smell deteriorates. Dehydration, some drugs, and even dietary decisions can exacerbate this problem. However, the majority of individuals will never bring it up. Rather, they'll just avoid eye contact or use tactful means to interrupt. Consider 78-year-old Frank, who was always the life of the party. Although he enjoyed seeing old friends, he began to notice that people were no longer standing as close to him as they once had. The hours-long talks his neighbor used to have were suddenly brief and aloof. He didn't recognize what was going on until his daughter gently advised that he try a different mouthwash and drink more water throughout the day. A few minor adjustments, such as drinking plenty of water, chewing sugar-free gum, and using a better deodorant, had a significant impact. Interactions felt warmer, people moved in closer once again, and he suddenly felt confident again. In actuality, one of the main reasons of foul breath is dry mouth, which is more prevalent as people age. Insufficient salivary flow causes bacteria to accumulate more quickly, which results in lingering smells. Body odor can also change over time due to dietary, metabolic, and digestive changes. It can affect even something as basic as wearing the same clothing too often before washing them. What are you able to do then? Keep ahead of it. Dry mouth can be avoided by drinking lots of water throughout the day. You can also increase saliva production by sucking on mints or eating sugar-free gum. Without drying out the mouth, using a mouthwash without alcohol maintains breath fresh. Wearing breathable clothing, taking frequent showers, and switching up your deodorant routine can all help get rid of body odor. Remember that cleaning clothing, bed linens, and even scarves or hats often has a greater impact than you may imagine. The most important lesson? Being clean is only one aspect of good hygiene. Another is how other people see you. People will lean closer rather than step back when you enter a room if you make a few minor changes. Please leave a number 6 comment below to let me know if you're still watching this video and finding these ideas helpful. To ensure you don't miss any videos, I advise you to subscribe and turn on the bell if you haven't already. We can keep producing high-quality content to educate and uplift you thanks to your support. All right, let's proceed. Conclusions. After learning about these 6 subtle yet powerful habits, pause to think. Whether we are aware of it or not, how we conduct ourselves, speak, and carry out our everyday activities shapes how other people perceive us. The nice part is that all of these habits can be changed. Little things like maintaining personal hygiene, updating our attire, being aware of negativity, paying attention to personal grooming, changing the way we talk, and being attentive of our posture may have a big impact on how we feel and how other people react to us. 1 or 2 of these behaviors may be familiar to you. That is quite typical. Feeling empowered is more important than feeling discouraged. You care about remaining knowledgeable, self-assured, and involved with the world around you if you're here, viewing this video and considering these things. Refining your presence and power is what aging is all about, not losing it. You may continue to be respected, have wonderful social relationships, and feel your best every day with a little work. We appreciate you being here with us today. Please share one item you learned today and how you intend to apply it in your life in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. We value your opinions, so please feel free to express them. We are greatly inspired and encouraged by reading your remarks. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it entertaining and useful. We can keep producing high-quality content to educate and uplift you thanks to your support. We appreciate your time and hope to see you in the next video.